We've got an amazing opportunity for you today. We're going to take a look at the recent tour of world's largest laundromat in Berwyn, Illinois. It was all part of our How to Start a Laundromat workshop brought to you by CLA, the Laundry Association. This was our opportunity to bring a bunch of newbies, a bunch of folks that are looking at buying or building their first laundromat, get them into that environment, let them look around, see it, smell it, taste it, touch it, and really get a feel for what it's like to be in the laundromat. And to make it even better, we chose World's Largest Laundromat, which, as you might take from the name, is a huge store, 13,500 square feet, over 300 machines, all the amenities you can really think of. Just a great, great store. And even better is that it's owned by a laundry legend, a guy by the name of Tom Benson. And as you'll see here, Tom was super generous with his time, took questions, shared stories, and really gave these aspiring first-time laundromat owners an incredible opportunity to get educated, get inspired, and go after the business. So let's take a look at that tour of World's Largest Laundromat with CLA's How to Start a Laundromat workshop.
This store was built, not in this size, in 1959. It was just one storefront. In 1983, the third owner at that point came along and expanded, but it got the last space. 83, the Coin Laundry Association did a contest across the country. Who's got the biggest laundromat? This place won. You know, we have 13,000 square feet, so we're not small. If we get the next store over, which we'd like, then we'll add another 3,000. And that name we have copyrighted and all sorts of whatever we can do, because it's a great name. It's absolutely a great name. I was actually the business broker representing this guy when he wanted to sell in '99. I was the business broker. And as a broker, and I sold businesses for about 10 years. And how I did books and records, I was looking at the future. I wasn't worried about what he had done. I'd already seen his stuff. You know, I think we did a lot of things right. This area is the vending area and the kids area and whatnot. That works well. The bathroom's good. If you looked inside any of them, you see every one of them has a very Mexican mirror in it to highlight the community we serve. I would say 75% of our customers are Hispanic. And an interesting thing has happened. When I first came in, I was concerned about signage in the store, one of the issues. And a wave of Hispanics was, you know, like 1 or 2 years from the beginning, okay? It was beginning to be there. There's nobody here who spoke Spanish at the time. I wanted the signage to be helpful. August 17th, 2004 is the day of the fire. And we came back, all the employees are sitting out there. I mean, as far as they know, they've lost their job. My insurance policy allowed me to keep 3 people full-time for a year. So we took each supervisor off the night shift, day shift, afternoon shift. And those are the people we kept. And there was work to be done because all the dry cleaning was burnt, okay, everything. So we had to settle with people. We had to negotiate. So there was work to be done. And the insurance company paid everything. But first we started, we're gonna put the place together exactly the way it was, you know, except for the supporting wall issue. And let's make it a laundromat. That's where the money is. And he was right. The dry cleaning was 20% of my money and 80% of my troubles. It just was that way. Put in a self-service laundromat, a lot of those problems go away in a hurry. We decided to make the whole place a laundromat, which allowed us to go up to what now is 300 machines. Basically split evenly between washers and dryers.
A lot of times you do hear about fires in laundromats.
Yeah.
What was the source of your fire?
An old wire on a 18-year-old dryer. It was in the middle of the store. Fire was going because we had big, gigantic wooden beams across. The fire was going an hour before anybody knew it. An hour. And this was on a Sunday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
What are you most proud of in the store?
Oh God, there's so many things. I'm proud of my employees. The last gathering we did like this, somebody said, "What's the secret sauce? What's your secret sauce?" It's my employees. Without a doubt, the best employee. I fire people quickly. I know after a week or two whether somebody's going to fit in or not, because we're very customer friendly. Our average, if you look at those 22 employees, and every year we hire somebody new for one reason or another, our average employee has been here 11 years. That's a long time. I think, if I had to write a book, and I actually have a book I've written, I just couldn't get it, Random House wouldn't print it. If you got toxic people in your store, at the counter, on the floor, or among the customers, you get rid of them. I do not hesitate to go up to somebody who is always fighting with the counter about the price of this, or the price of that, or whatever, and I just say, there's another laundromat a mile away. Why don't you go there? The toxicity that person creates inside your store is significant because people hear it. Why is that person standing at the counter yelling? And if you're a first-time customer, you're turned off. You think, uh-oh, this guy's not honest. Whether it be a customer or an employee, if they're toxic, they go. Now, we're very easy. Once I learn that you are working hard, that you're a good representation for the business, which is basically me. I mean, they're my face out on the floor. We have an interest-free loan program, and you tell me how much you want to pay back. I don't care. So people have paid for tuition at a Catholic school, they've bought a car, they bought a refrigerator. I mean, it's all the things that when you're making a few bucks above minimum wage, that's hard to handle. So we have an interest-free loan. You just sign up, tell us how many years you want, what payment you want, and and we agree. I mean, as long as you're here at least a year. I mean, we're not gonna give it to somebody who just walked in the door. I'm easy, but not that easy. We have not repainted this place since it was opened again in 2006, so almost 20 years. And other than the stuff we hang for Christmas or whatever, the walls are in great shape. It took a year and a half. We opened in January. We were down from August 04 to January. The typical shift, we have 2 people on the floor cleaning. We have 1 person doing drop-off, and the register counter person is a supervisor. And so the drop-off is washed and dried and brought to the counter, and the supervisor then helps them to fold it. We try to have the most positive attitude inside the store. And the result is the customers pick up on that, and they are very positive to us. Mistakes happen, they understand that. What I gave you was the standard shift for mornings and afternoon, okay? Sundays, mornings and afternoons. That was 4 people, supervisor at the counter, a drop-off person, and 2 people cleaning everything. At night, we basically do the same thing. We initially went to 3, and then we added the drop-off person because the drop-off business is big enough. We can be doing it 24 hours a day. We also have free donuts in the morning at 6 to 10 every day. We go through over 80 dozen donuts a week.
Collaboration with somebody?
I just pay. I don't like to cooperate. So I buy the donuts myself. It's okay. There's free coffee 24 hours a day, and anybody in the neighborhood is welcome to come for the coffee. It's there. You're walking down the street and you want a cup of coffee, you can just come in here. Hey, that's our biggest machines. We've got 90 pounders. That's our biggest. The way it works, every time we replace machines, we move smaller ones out and bring bigger ones in. I mean, it's just the way it's going. Yeah. But we do have some dryers, and we were waiting for a new model to come out. And as it is, the new model doesn't work with our coin machine.
What was the question that he answered 10 years to?
Swapping out machines.
How often?
How often?
He's on a
So you're on a 10-year cycle with it?
Yeah, because we waited for a new model of dryer that was coming. You can see the bigger dryers at the end here.
Yeah.
Okay, those are relatively new, probably 4 years old.
How'd you pick 10 years?
I think from talking to people in the industry, talking to Dexter, Dexter's a manufacturer located in Fairfield, Iowa.
Did they take some back and trade?
Yeah, there's always a trade-in.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a lot, maybe $1,000 a machine.
And typically, can I ask you what the new machine runs?
Let's see. We're bringing in a new dryer. We'll get 40 machines, 40 new dryers. Okay.
40 machines.
Yeah. And that means when I say a machine, I'm talking top and bottom. Okay.
Okay.
So it's 80
double.
pockets. So it's 80 pockets.
What's going on with the tenure station? The one that has the coffee table?
Oh, that's just a vending area. Anybody who buys food here can sit at one of the tables. I mean, people sit there and play chess with each other. I mean, it's a variety of things.
About the area behind the caution tape.
That's where we do drop-off. We've actually tried to buy the space next door. It's empty now, but for some reason, he doesn't return my calls, so I have no idea. But we would like to own that space because we would turn that totally into drop-off. You know, when you're doing drop-offs, stuff just disappears sometimes. And whether you believe it or not, and I don't always believe it, I mean, everything that's lost is new and expensive. Okay, I can guarantee you that. And no receipt. Well, actually, we pound them for a receipt.
Is drop-off versus self-service?
Maybe 14%, between 10 and 14% drop-off.
And is there a season laundromats?
Well, the best months of the year are the months where people are wearing 2 sets of clothes because the weather's like that. Like April has historically been our best month. That's in October then on the other side. So it slows down a little bit. Summer, we don't drop more than 5 or 6 or 7% from one month to the next. We're pretty stable. You know, we get a lot of people in here, and we get 6,000 people a week.
Are the machines a revenue generator or more of a convenience?
The vending machines?
Yeah, the vending machines.
Yeah, we make money off of them.
You do?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
But the thing is, we have to stay competitive price-wise, because there have been times when it's been pretty close, and the reason is we haven't updated the price on a Pepsi. You know, and you just have to, you know, pay attention to what other places. We try on something like that, we try to be the cheapest, okay? That's our goal, because they're already spending money here. I'd like them to look at least at something and say, oh, that's a bargain, you know, so we tend not to be, we're certainly far from a price gouger.
You also vend the laundry equipment, the laundry materials, chemicals, detergents.
We sell that right here.
You sell it right here. Okay.
Yeah, it gets a lot. Yeah, we have Wi-Fi.
People, what customers use?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And, you know, we've got 15 TVs around. I think that's probably as many as this place practically can hold. What are we selling here? We're selling an atmosphere. We're selling space. Like we have an extra foot between the washers in the aisles because we want people to have elbow room.
How cool was that? What an amazing visit. An opportunity to look under the hood at one of the legendary laundromats in our industry. And what a great guy Tom Benson is. His generosity, his enthusiasm, sharing with the newbies, really kind of putting them under his wing a little bit and showing them the way with great advice, great stories, and all the rest of it. And this is someone who's built a business out of engaging with the community. He's beloved in that neighborhood. He's a pillar of the community. What you may not know is that side street right next to the store is called Benson Way. Yep, they named the street after him, so you know you're doing something right if the laundromat owner has a street named after them. And for all those folks that got a chance to walk through there, they were so excited. They learned so much, almost overwhelming, but very glad that they were able to spend that time and, you know, gather that information, that inspiration, ask questions, and really set the table for the following day, which was a full day of coursework, one after the other, all the key topics provided by, again, volunteer industry peers who believe in CLA's mission of educating both one another and, of course, the people that are starting to get rolling in the business. So what to do now? Well, if you're interested in learning more, if you're interested in becoming a first-time laundromat owner, you start at laundryassociation.org. That's where all the resources are. Becoming a member of the association, accessing all of our information, the one-on-one consultations, and yes, you can even find a virtual version of the coursework for how to start a laundromat, and you can sign up and take that course as well. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time, and all the information is at laundryassociation.org, brought to you by CLA, the preeminent resource for the laundromat industry.